From your local grocer, this is Kurt Berglund with another in our series of Pine Tar Baseball Great Teams of the Negro Leagues preview videos for you. I'm at your local grocery store enjoying today's purchase, deep sea pink salmon in a can. In a can. Let's look at the label for more information, shall we? It tells us this deep sea salmon is wild caught. No preservatives. It's in a can. They assure us this salmon is deep sea salmon. Wild Alaska. Yeah. I don't know what's in here, and I'm not sure I want to know. But I'll tell you something. I'm thinking there's preservatives. You're giving me a can of perishable food that you're not refrigerating. I'm thinking there's preservatives somewhere in here. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Deep sea. So if it's a shallow sea, they're not taking it. They're only fishing for these babies in the deep sea. All right. Today's team, the 1928 St. Louis Stars. In 1928, Herbert Hoover was elected president in a landslide. That worked out pretty well. Disney's Mickey Mouse first appeared in a cartoon short called Steamboat Willie. General Electric received the first license for an experimental TV station. Technicolor was first demonstrated. Oscar DePriest, a Chicago Republican, was elected to Congress, the first African-American representative in the 20th century. Penicillin was isolated by Sir Alexander Fleming, and Sonja Henie won an ice skating gold. That's what's going on in 1928. In 1928, the dead ball period is very, very much over in baseball generally, and that was certainly true for the Negro Leagues at that time. The 1928 St. Louis Stars finished first place in the Negro National League. They were the Negro League's World Series champions, beating the Chicago American Giants 5-4. Their manager was Jose Mendez, who was a famous Negro Leagues pitcher and infielder. This team played in Stars Park, which was one of the only parks designed and built specifically for Negro Leagues baseball. It had a capacity of about 10,000 fans. The team itself, for batting, finished first in batting average, first in on-base percentage, first in slugging. In pitching, they finished third in earned run average, fourth in batting average against, fourth in walk-to-strikeout ratio, and fifth in whip. We have in this series made a point of telling you that the Negro Leagues rosters were much smaller than Major League rosters, and indeed that is true with this team as well. We have carded 17 players for this team. That was on the high end of the roster size for the Negro Leagues. The roster included Ted Trent, John Williams, Logan Hensley, Luther McDonald, Roosevelt Davis, Richard Cannon, Henry Williams, Mule Suttles, John Henry Russell, Dewey Creasy, Willie Wells, Wilson Reedus, Cool Papa Bell, Branch Russell, Clarence Spoony Palm, Willie Bobo, and Candy Jim Taylor. Oh, I'm sorry. Not Candy Jim Taylor was their manager, not Jose Mendez. All right, let's talk about individual performances. This team slugged .522. They slugged .522 as a team. First baseman Mule Suttles had a slash line of .359 batting average, .404 on base, .704 slugging. Dewey Creasy, the third baseman, .329 average, .387 on base, .540 slugging. Willie Wells, the shortstop, .359 batting average, .414 on base, .689 slugging. Wilson Reedus played left field, .349 batting average, .399 on base, .663 slugging. Cool Papa Bell at the top of the order, .331 batting average, .391 on base, .482 slugging. Yikes. Their ace of their staff was Ted Trent, an all-time great Negro Leagues pitcher. His nickname was Big Florida. In 187 innings pitched, he had a 2.21 earned run average. He went 19-3 in their season. The problem is after that, the pitching dropped off a little bit. Logan Hensley was good. John Williams was okay, but not on the same level. Stars Park was a very, very cozy park, as you might guess from some of these stats. Mule Suttles was a legit hitter, one of the best in Negro Leagues history, and a major, major power threat. Willie Wells also. His nickname was the Devil. Shortstop. Great, great player. Devastating offensive player. Very good on defense. Throwing arm might be a little weak, but definitely the shortstop of the late 20s and into the 30s. Dewey Creasy and Wilson Reedus' stats were definitely inflated by Stars Park. This team, though, is going to score runs. I want to make another comment about that, but first I want to show you their lineup. This is the batting order that we found that was most commonly used. Cool Papa Bell leading off in center. Branch Russell batting second in right field. Willie Wells batting third at shortstop. Mule Suttles batting fourth at first base. Dewey Creasy batting fifth at third base. Wilson Reedus batting sixth in left field. John Henry Russell batting seventh at second base. And Henry Williams batting eighth at catcher. As part of this series, going through all these teams, St. Louis Stars had a few different great teams. They had a great team in 1930 that also won the Negro Leagues World Series. Didn't have quite the star power that this team has, and so I selected this one because it was also a champion, but had some bigger names that more people would recognize. It's also a more extreme ball club than the 1930 version. And as part of this series, I asked two questions of every team. Why will this team win your league or tournament after you purchase it? And why won't this team win your league or tournament after you purchase it? How does it shape up against the other great teams in the set? Not against their contemporaries, but against other great teams in Negro Leagues history. Well, if this team wins your league or tournament, and it was rated a great one by Negro League's historians, it's because of their ability to score runs. They will win games in just a few innings because they will be so far out in front, the other team will have a lot of difficulty catching up. Not only do they get on base at an amazing rate, and not only do they have the speed of Cool Papa Bell at the top of the order, but they slugged .522 as a ball club. This team is going to score runs, and if you can't keep up, you're going to have trouble winning games. However, and this is where we get to question number 2. Why won't they win your league or tournament? Other than Ted Trent, the ace of the staff, the other pitchers on the staff of the 1928 St. Louis Stars, compared to other great teams in Negro League's history, might have trouble containing the lineups. You might have some 14 to 12 games where this team loses because they gave up 14. They scored 12, but they gave up 14 against some of the other great offenses of the Negro Leagues. But make no mistake, if this offense gets rolling, they're going to score runs, and that will put them, I would think, in the upper half, at least, of the 12 teams in this set. That would be my prediction. I'll be very interested to hear how your replays and tournaments go. All right, so the Kickstarter to get these teams is currently available. I'm going to put that link below. Check out Pine Tar Baseball at ttlbaseballgame.com. If you'd like a free Negro Leagues team that is not in this set but did win a World Series, email me at berglinkurt@gmail.com and I will send you a PDF of the 1934 Philadelphia Stars, and they're yours for free. You can also get that team by joining our Facebook page, Pine Tar Baseball, on Facebook. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me this morning. We're doing one of these videos for all 12 teams in the set, and we hope you enjoy the series. My name is Kurt Berglund. Please click like and subscribe to my channel so that you'll know when the other videos are up. We're doing one per day, and we're halfway through. Thanks again for joining me. Have a great day. So long, everybody.